For so many people, nearly a week without power is a challenge. People are forced to find a way just to get by. Nicole Grigg reports now from the Fort Myers area.
You can hear the generators going in this part of Fort Myers as so many still without power. You can see how powerful Hurricane Ian was with that fence line right behind me knocked down. And for so many people who live here, they're just trying to figure out how to get by. It's dinner time for Yolanda Vasquez, known as Abuela.
Thank God they're children. Thank God they're children.
Abuela shows us where they take their baths.
And then we take a bath.
The floor is where they sleep.
They sleep in the floor. They refuse to take my bed.
Abuela tells me after Hurricane Ian hit for hours, she saw a man with a child on his shoulder walking up the road, not realizing at first that that was her family.
I didn't know they were them. It was so freaking dark. I didn't know they were them. So when I realized that my son had the little girl on his shoulders, my son says, "Come down, come down." I told him this tears of joy. It's just tears of joy.
Because they were alive.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And in this part of the Harlem Heights neighborhood, this road is inaccessible because of the floodwaters. There's at least half a dozen homes just beyond me. I can tell you that there are fish actually swimming down this road, and all the way back there, that's an apartment complex. For Dawson Sullivan, he tells me he never wants to come back to this again.
Whatever else is in there is going to stay. I mean, that's why we're here today. We're going to get everything else out that we want, and everything else is just going to stay.
He had no choice but to toss his life's work to the curb.
It really just seemed like a giant nightmare with everything that happened and how it happened.
As for Abuela, she's watching the grandbabies because their parents are cleaning up as they lost everything.
I was able to provide for them a dry floor for them to sleep on. 5 feet of water.
But it's through the eyes of her grandbabies. You're blessed.
Yes, very, very blessed.
Another issue here on the ground in Fort Myers, so many people saying that rent was due days ago and they're trying to figure out what do they need to do because they're spending their last dollars on emergency supplies. So they're worried that they're going to be forced out of their homes now. Reporting from Fort Myers, I'm Nicole Grigg.